Hi, you all. I have Valicia France here with me, and she is a copywriter. She does web copy and design. And we just wanted to come on and discuss how important it is to have a copywriter on your team. Like, you want somebody who really can articulate your message in the short amount of time that people are giving us online. We all have a short attention span. We got like 3 seconds to really tell and articulate our brand's messaging, letting them know what we do and how we do it, what we can do for them. And the best way to do it is to have a copywriter like Valicia. First of all, tell us about your business. What do you help people with?
So I'm a copywriter. I help people with website copy, sales page, email copy, helping them tell their message so that they can attract the right people and convert more of those people to buyers or loyal fans, whatever your goal is for
Raving fans, right? That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we were discussing, before we started, just how short the attention span really is. It's like 3 seconds, right? Whether it's a text message, email, it's a TikTok, it's a post. We got to get on here and articulate our message and show our value, right? So what's your process in getting that information from people?
So the first thing I like to do is I ask a lot of questions because sometimes people think that they know everything there is to know about their business or about their clients, but there's a lot of things that's kind of missing when they try to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So I ask an extensive amount of questions to really get all of the data out of my client's mind, but also gather the information that they didn't even realize was missing. First of all, there's a lot of information in your mind that you've never really articulated to anyone before. You don't realize that while you may know it, other people don't, right? Nobody knows your business as much as you do. So I have to ask a lot of questions to get all of that information in your mind about your business, about your product and services, about your clients, into my mind, right? And then I also need to figure out, okay, what is it that you don't know that we need to find out in order for the copy to be effective? So I have to kind of figure out where the gaps are that I need to research even deeper in order to create copy that's super effective. Once I gather all of the information, I still have to go back and research again. Researching is the biggest part of copywriting. We really have to figure out, okay, what is it that your clients need? What is it that they will motivate them to purchase or to buy your product or services? What is the key part of the message that we need to present to them? So there's a lot of research that goes into it before we even write a single word of copy. But that's how I gather information is, asking all of those very detailed questions.
Yes, because what I found, even when we do brand strategy, I mean, we're gathering a lot of information, we're asking a lot of questions, and usually I have my content writer right there with me in that meeting so that I'm getting the information, because I see that information in my mind in the visual sense. So I know that you see it in another sense. So tell me, like, there's a lot of times where people are like, but I know my business, and it's like, I still want them to work with someone like you, and they're like, I'm a writer, I know how to write. And it's like, how do you, because to me, I have to tell them, you might know how to write, but you don't know how to write for the web, you don't know how to write for email. How do you create that balance where you're getting the information from them, but taking over as the writer for whatever project it is?
So I think an important part is really an education piece. People don't know what they don't know, right? So it's explaining to individuals that writing for your business is actually a marketing skill, right? And a marketing skill isn't just something that is intuitive to most of the people in the world. It's stuff that you really have to learn. You have to understand what works best for the web. What does the data show? What is the best practice? What are the best practices and the proven methods that have been shown to attract visitors and to get them to buy? That's not intuitive. That's something that we learn from data that is gathered and that is shown to us from a marketing point of view. So being able to string words together is very different than being able to string words together that persuade people to buy your product and services.
Right.
So it's that education piece of it. And even when you look at some of the top copywriters in the world, they still pay attention to the research, what is working best in any new media that comes up. We didn't have the internet, right, 100 years ago, right? Exactly. So we had to learn what works best for writing copy for the web. And then social media came along. What works best for writing copy on social media? This is not something that's intuitive. It's something that copywriters take a lot of time to research and learn in order to perfect their craft. And that's not something you can do while running a completely different business. Now, that being said, for people who are bootstrapping, right, it's completely okay to write your copy, right? It's better to have some copy than no copy at all on your website. Once you try and write the copy in the point of view of your clients. However, that doesn't devalue the work of an actual copywriter, and it shouldn't.
Right. For those people who are bootstrapping, what's maybe some small tips that you can give to kind of help them out with their struggle? Because I myself, being somebody who's more visual, I struggle. It takes me a long time to write stuff. Whereas somebody like you can come in and you can just write something really quickly. And I'd be like, wow, you got that done really quickly. So what are some things that will help them to capture the essence of who their ideal client is and how they can speak to them?
So the very first thing that anybody new in business, especially people who are bootstrapping, should do is talk to your ideal clients. You want to understand the problem, not just how from your perspective, from their perspective. How is it affecting them emotionally? How is it affecting their careers, their relationships, their goals, their ability to just be happy on a daily basis, right? And then understand how, once they have this problem solved, what they'll be able to do, how they'll feel, the things that they'll be talking about. So speaking to your clients to really understand the problem is key, and what they're looking for in a solution, right? And after you gather that information, you want to capture their exact language as you write and present that language from their perspective. So instead of, if you're writing copy and you're seeing a lot of I can provide this, I can do this, you want to change a lot of those into you will get, you will gain, you will achieve once you are able to access this solution that I provide. So that's the biggest thing. Is the two biggest thing is understand your clients, understand like every level of how that problem is affecting them, the problem that you specifically solve, and then use the language that they're providing to kind of drive that copy. And I would say 3 parts, right? Understand them, use the language, and present it with a lot of you versus I. Exactly. So that's the 3 easiest ways to kind of like improve your existing copy or to write better if you're not a copywriter per se.
Right. So for my CEOs, you are too busy. You're too busy. You need to hire somebody like Valicia or a team like us. Because what we do is we help you create that messaging that speaks to the results for your ideal client or customer. We never want to go out and just say, buy now, buy my stuff now. We always want to frame it in a value type way, right? Letting people know that it's for them, that we're really here to service them. We're here to solve their problem. So I totally agree with that, Alicia. When you start off with your clients and you're asking them all these questions, you're trying to get to helping them as a dating coach, right?
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like. Yeah, you're trying to make a match, right? You're trying to make it so that their ideal client really looks at them and loves them, right? The ideal client for a product-based business as opposed to a service-based business. Is the process different when you're trying to figure out the content for it?
Yeah, some of the questions that I usually ask for service-based businesses is slightly different, not a whole lot, but slightly different than a product-based business. But it is a slightly different approach because services are a harder sell, right? People cannot tangibly touch a surface.
Mm.
But for a product, you can present a picture of a product, right? People can tangibly reach and touch a product.
Yeah.
So for the services, I have to speak more to what people would experience for the service and experience working with the specific person, and the experience and then the transformation they would receive after working with this service, how this service makes their life easier or different or better. For their product, you don't necessarily have to connect the product to the person producing it. I don't have to speak so much to, well, not necessarily, I don't have to speak so much to the business owner or the person selling the product in order to sell. I have to speak more to the benefits of that specific product itself, right? How, again, the same thing, how it makes your life better, easier, how it makes your skin look better, your hair, your energy levels feel a little better. So it's a slightly different approach when working with the two methods, just because of how the final deliverable is just different for a service versus actual product that you would hold in your hand. So it is different, but it's doable, right?
So for a project to be really taken seriously, how long does it normally take for you to create the copy for, say, a website or email project? How much time does that give back to people when you're trying to, when they're trying to finish their project?
So I can do a sales page or like a small website in a day, right?
In a day? Oh, see, it would have took me forever. We actually we're in a group together called Done in a Day, and we had to do a sales page. Lisa had to write the sales page. It took me forever. She says a day. I should have just cheated and let you do my homework.
Funny, because it's just the same way. It's the same way you create like a brand, like a whole brand strategy. Something for me to attempt to do that would take forever. But I write sales pages constantly. I write websites constantly. I've just in the last 2 weeks, I've done 2 separate websites, email sequences, social media captions. Like, I write a lot, so I am fast at doing it. I get faster every time I create. And I would definitely say for anybody who does not have time to create, you need to delegate. That's the only way you're going to grow, right? I remember I can't remember her name right now, but she had a full-time job. She had a 9-to-5, right? And right out the gate, she realized I did not have enough time to create and market my business and still do work with my clients. So what she did instead was hire a VA, right? And she just started outsourcing as much as she could. And that's something I wish I did earlier in my business rather than bootstrapping, because you grow faster because you have more time to ideate. You have more time to really decide what your vision is going to be for the business. You have more time to connect with the clients that you want to connect once you outsource the pieces that anybody else can do for you. So I always highly recommend consider delegating as soon as possible. And if you find that you're trying to write your copy, and I know someone who was stuck on their copy for a year.
I've seen it. Yes.
I did their sales page in a day.
Wow.
How much time?
Yes. And that's what I'm really about. That's why I'm in business. I really want to help the owners of businesses really get back to doing what they do best, instead of, like you said, struggling. Like your person, she struggled for a year over content just because it just wasn't her thing. It's like, I'm always telling my clients, hand that over to us or outsource it, like you said, because that gives them back time to be with their families, or actually sit down and create a plan on how they're going to network and to promote it, and using them as the face, or just go to a meeting and make those decisions so that you can go home to your family. Do we said, we're both busy women. We have businesses, or we're working full-time jobs, but in order to really get back that time. I'm the same way. I wish I hadn't have bootstrapped as much as I did and just went ahead and spent the money to get the people that I have. I have quality people that really work for me and help me as my team so that I can do the done in a days or sit here on this video with you discussing, you know, how to make more money. It's like how we can help our clients, how our services can give them back their time. So I'm with you. Definitely, you guys take our advice for people who have been through it. We actually both probably started bootstrapping and bootstrapped too long, and we could have had more time and probably more success faster.
Yes.
Because if we had did that. So take our advice.
Yes. As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. But we understand it does take time and money. Yeah. But as soon as you get it, give it over, baby. Give it over, baby.
Yeah. You gotta delegate to grow. It's necessary.
It's necessary.
You can't be all of the things. No CEO, when you look at the most successful CEOs, they don't do all of the things. They delegate, right?
Delegate. That's what makes you a leader. You need a team to be a leader. So was there anything else that you wanted us to know? How can we find you?
Sure. So you can find me at my website, ValiciaFrance.com. I'm also on IG at V as in Valicia, B as in boy, France. I'm on Facebook, but not as much as I should be. So I would say stick with the website and stick with IG to connect with me there.
And I'll definitely put the link in this post when we post it. But I'm so glad that you spent this time with us and educated us on copywriting and how important it is. I've been telling people, I'm going to continue to say that, and it's a valuable resource that we use with every project that we work on, whether it be a newsletter, a blog post, or website copy, social media copy. There's no way to get away from the copy. Don't struggle. Contact Valicia, and she will help you with that. And we've got to do this again. It was fun. I thank you again for coming on with me. I'll make sure that your information is on this post. But do you also have anything that you want our audience to take away? Do you have like a lead magnet or anything at this point?
Yeah, so I have a lead magnet. It's called 6 Steps to Your Flawless Brand Message. And I definitely, anybody who is new in business or who has been in business for a long time and never really focused on creating a brand message, I highly recommend you download and you review the material. It's going to walk you through step by step what you need to do in order to create a message that is really, that will really resonate with your ideal clients. And I guarantee once you have clarity on your message, you'll start to think, it becomes easier to speak about your business, right? But to also create content for the different media that you want to promote your business on. So highly recommend that you check it out.
Okay, well, I will definitely get I'll get the link and we'll attach it to this post. I appreciate your time. Have a great one.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.